For great ideas and practical tools you can start using tomorrow to grow your business and separate you from the competition, you've come to the right place. If you're into B2B marketing and sales, then welcome to the one and only B2B Marketing and Sales Podcast. With over 60 and counting total years in the trenches of businesses small and large, they have a plethora of knowledge and experience that generate you more leads, capture more clients, ring up more sales. Well, doggone it, just make you more money. How about that? Always thought-provoking, yet dubiously entertaining. Please welcome to their respective microphones across 3 time zones, your co-ringmasters, the Dave Loomis, and not the rock star, Steve Miller.
Let's do it.
He said, let's do it, folks. And so here we are. I'm Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad, and not the rock star. Did I say Steve Miller? Yes, Steve Miller. And I am here with my close personal friend, Mr. Voice. You know what? I've gotten so accustomed to calling him Mr. Voice that I almost never remember his name anymore. But I wrote it down here. Dave Loomis, the Dave Loomis. Please, and we are the B2B Marketing and Branding Podcast. Thank you. I got
Marketing and Sales.
Starting podcast. To get this right. Oh, Marketing and Sales Podcast. I'm so sorry. I did screw it up.
No, that's okay. There's right. Branding in there. It's inherent.
It is. It's in there. It's in there. It's really, really important. But before we go any farther, we need you to, properly, start the program.
I can do that by saying, the Dave Loomis.
Thank you. And we can now move forward. That is the Dave Loomis, Mr. Voice.
Perfect. Steve, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we were talking about we're always talking about, okay, what topics should we talk about? And last time we did a topic that one of our dozen listeners sent to, dozens and dozens and dozens of listeners sent to us, and we've had various topics over time. But you know what? I started thinking, okay, here's a topic I want to talk about. The number one question that I get. Now, I don't know about you, but the number one question I get from people in, whether I'm, doing a speech and afterwards people are asking questions, or whether I'm doing a webinar and people are asking questions, or whether I'm doing something online and people are asking, the number one question that I always get is very simply, how do I generate more leads in the next 6 months?
That's such a great question. I get that question all the time as well.
And so I thought, you know what? Let's just talk about that. Let's we know that there are kind of what I would call the general approaches most B2B companies take. Email blasts. Buying, banner advertising something.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
right. Right.
What else pops into your mind about stuff that they always do? Anything else?
Oh,
or is that it?
LinkedIn advertising.
There
you go. There you go.
Something like that. Or
bother people. Bother people that you've never met.
Bother people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They just bother people.
Yep.
And they'll rent a list.
Yep.
And I should comment on this, and I'm sure that you are 100% behind me on this, is don't ever rent an email list. Don't ever rent an email list, because first of all, I would say the vast majority of those email lists they're just garbage. They're just garbage. But number two is, if you email somebody who you do not have a proven relationship with, and who has not said that they are willing to get emails from you, you can run into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. The platforms that you're emailing out of don't like it, and then they'll ding you for it, actually. It's not opt-in marketing. Our good friend Seth Godin would not be proud of us or you if you did that. Yes. So if you're not going to do that, and you're not going to do like all the sort of like go-to tactics or whatever, what are you starting with here, Steve? What are you saying we should do to generate leads in the next 6 months?
Okay, so you and I are
question.
Yeah, we're going to. You and I are going to offer a couple. Each of us are going to offer a couple of suggestions of
Sounds
things
great.
that have worked for us, have worked for our clients, that are actually a little bit, I hate they're pirouetted from the. I hate the word pivot.
Steve cannot say the word pivot.
I can't say pirouette.
He can't even say it.
It's hard to say. So, so the first one. So I'm going to tell you what I think, and then I'm going to ask my partner in crime to make my idea better. And we're going to put each other on the spot here. Okay, because then we'll flip it. He'll suggest something, and then I'll see if I can come up with something to make it better. So, all right. So here's one, and this is not really an unusual idea, but very, very few B2B companies use this. And the idea that I share is always to create a free, super high content webinar. And then you promote this webinar. It's totally free, and all you do is you say to people, hey, they can register for it, and they'll get this free webinar, and then they can get the replay for free and everything like that. And you just promote it everywhere. You promote it in your, on your blog, you promote it on your, on your social media, you buy ads for it, everything. And all you're doing is you're just promoting to people for this webinar. Now, the webinar needs to be very, very specific to your audience, to your moose, as I call them, right? Yep. And that way, it's, and the simple, and quite frankly, the simplest topic that I have found works really, really well is to take your top 5, top 10 FAQs. And instead of putting the FAQs on your website, you do a webinar answering the FAQs. So you would say something along the lines of hey, we're doing a webinar on the top 10 most frequently asked questions of us about I don't know. Give me
fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. You're a widget maker or a service provider or whatever. You're a
widget. Yeah,
it's something super specific that 99% of the world could care less about. But
they could care less about. But your moose will hear that. Right. They will hear that and they'll go, oh, yep. Oh, I would like to get that. So now here's the thing: all you care about is that they register.
Right. They actually don't even have to show up.
You don't care if they show up. See, and that's where people get wigged out. Is they go, we did that once and only 5 people showed up. I said,
how many registered?
How many signed up? 50. I go, so you have 50 leads.
Yeah.
See, exactly. And they don't look at it like that.
Exactly. Okay. Do you want me to plus it?
Yes, I want you to plus it.
Challenge me. Plus it. Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. I challenge you, Sir Voice.
Yeah. Okay. I would once you're in the webinar, or if you've registered, just offer even more free stuff. How about something they can download that's a free ebook or PDF or something that basically reiterates these top 10 things in writing, or writing in diagrams, or illustration, just something. And you know what? The thing that I hear about all this all the time, because I recommend the same thing, people don't want to give away what they know. And it's just confounding because, you're really not giving it away. They need you to implement these things.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. So just get over it and give it away. Share what you know.
Give it all away. There's an old, and I heard this many years ago, and I have it just rules my brain when it comes to free stuff. What you're doing is you are telling people what they need to do. Okay. The top questions are all based on what people need to do as far as this.
Yeah. Oh, right.
It's not the how.
No.
It's not the how. It's what they need to do. And then once they go, oh yeah, I need to do that. But how do I do that?
We can help you with that.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So again,
exactly.
just to repeat this one. Create a webinar. It doesn't have to be an hour. It doesn't have to be 2 hours. It can be 30 minutes. And then once you've created that webinar, you can evergreen that thing, and you can keep promoting that webinar over and over and over and over again.
Yep. Such a great idea. Okay.
All right.
You ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I've got 3 things. My first one's short, and my third one is short, and my second one's long. So this is the first one, and it's short. Okay. And this might sound crazy because I know people that disagree with this, but I think especially if this is an effort to get lots of new leads in 6 months, here's what I would do. Name the initiative. Come up with a clever name, even if it's cheesy or whatever, fun. Just name it.
Name it.
My point here is do something that you haven't done before. Do something different. Make this seem different. Okay? So you want 600 leads, call it, 606, or you only need 60 leads in whatever it's 60 and 6, or call it Lotso Leads 2022. I mean, it doesn't matter. Something that'll get people's attention that they can rally around. And it'll be like the movie Office Space,
this
where
is an internal thing. This is an internal thing.
Sure, this is an internal thing. Yeah.
Which
you
is
get a banner made and put it up in the office.
You know what? And all right.
Put it on your Zoom background.
That's right.
I mean, it sounds.
What did you say?
Corny. I said, like the movie Office Space. Where they put the banner up.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I plus it?
Okay, plus it. Do it.
All right. I would not only make it internal, but I would create some kind of a contest.
Ooh.
For my current customers.
Ooh.
And I would say, hey, we're going to do this initiative. We're looking for 66. Say 66 leads, right? We're looking for 66 new leads. They don't have to be customer. We're not saying that we want 66 new customers, although we'd love it, but we want 66 new leads. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to, and in the B2B world, we know for the vast majority of us are selling pretty high ticket items.
Yep.
Okay. So I, like one time for a contest, I said, I am going to, the winner of this contest, he or she and their spouse get to go for a weekend, in the nearest big city that they live in, a getaway weekend. All right. We'll set it up with a hotel. When you get there, a hotel, we're going to buy you dinner at a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. We're going to get a limo. We're going to get a limo to pick you up and take you down.
Nice. There. Is the contest for the people in your company, or they're for your customers? You said. Who's the contest for?
Frankly, you know what? I would have 2 contests.
Okay.
I would have one for our customers, and I would have one internally. So
okay. That is cool. Thanks for.
I love doing.
Okay. Thanks for plussing it. Okay, you got your next idea.
Okay, I've got one more idea. And this one.
Okay.
And this one I think this one is actually pretty clever. All right. Every industry has influencers. Now we've all heard about this influencer stuff, and and more and more B2B companies are actually starting to go out and look for influencers in the B2B world. Okay, how hard is it to find these people? It's not that hard. What's hard is to just contact them and say, oh, hey, will you recommend our stuff? All right. Because they're going to go, no, you got to pay me to do that. Well, instead of paying them to do this stuff, what I do And I've had a number of clients do something similar to this. But what I do is I say, okay, we're going to create a 1-question survey. 1 question. And we're going to go out and we're going to go find all these big influencers. All right. The people who make a difference. And we're going to go find them. We're going to go find the people who have the most number of contacts and followers on LinkedIn, maybe the most that have the contacts and followers, on Twitter, the top bloggers and everything. And we're just going to send, I might send a FedEx I might send an email, a FedEx, I'll just do it all. Right. And I'll just say to them, hey, look, I have 1 question for you. And that's it. 1 question regarding our industry. And you're thinking about the future of our industry or something like that. Right. And I would say, if you will send me a response, our company will donate $100 to your favorite charity. All you got to do is respond. Just tell me what you think. What's going to be the biggest issue in our industry.
And you send this to the influencers?
Yep.
Okay. And maybe you send it to, you send it to 10 of them or 20 of them or 30 of them, and, you can do the math. If you get even half of them to respond, how much is that? Not it's that cheap. Much. And,
it's cheap.
Okay, great.
Now, here's what I do, though, is then when I get them, of course, I'm going to, then I
right.
Send the money. I send the information to the people saying to confirm with them that we sent the money to the charity and stuff like that. And then I write a white paper.
Yep.
What do the top people think are, is going to happen in 5 years in our industry? And I fill that out, and then I send it out to people, and then I take snippets of it. All right. And then I go back out into social media, and I start saying, hey, we did this survey of really top people. And here are the answers they gave us. And one, and I changed to where I say, like, okay, Mr. Voice said he gave us this response. Bang. Yep. All right. Well, guess what Mr. Voice does now?
Well, he forwards that around his network because he gets mentioned. He loves it. Because he's a networker and an influencer. He's a networker, and he's got, we have put his name out front, and now he's saying, yeah, hey everybody, I participated in this thing, and here's what they said, and if you want to get the full results, just click here. They go get the full results. They got to give me their contact information. I like it. I like it a lot. Do you want me to plus it?
I can't wait. Yes.
This is gonna be a plus that comes full circle, because guess what I'm gonna recommend? A webinar with the experts. Why not? Right?
Yes, you're exactly right.
Why not?
And then I send them to the evergreen webinar.
Exactly.
People, this is gold.
I know. There's no charge for any of this, by the way.
Oh my gosh! Wait till
you hear my second one. Okay.
All right. You remember? Because I got nothing.
Okay. I'm going to do my second.
We're going to do your last.
Okay. We're going to do my second and my third, because my third is just a quick add-on. Okay.
All right.
So remember how we started this podcast? Hopefully, when we edit it, we can hear the very beginning where I said, "Do it." Okay. So this is my next thing. It's actually an acronym. Do it. Okay. So there's 4 parts to it. All right. And I'll go through this quickly, so we're not taking the next 15 minutes. Okay. So it's DOIT. So D is divide and conquer, right? Segment your market, and then make assignments of specific people in your organization to go get leads from those segments. And maybe it's mixing it up. Maybe it's a little different than what you normally do. Maybe you already have it in place, and that's good, but do that. Okay, so that's the D. O is an offer. Okay, something different than you've done before. Something new, compelling, something of value. It was really what you said too. I mean, that's a great example is both of the things that we've come up, a lot of this, what we've talked about already would be examples of an offer, just something that you can offer people. We've already talked about that too, which is an incentive, right? Mm-hmm. An incentive, but something different, right? You've named this initiative. You've called it Lots of Leads 2022. You're doing it, right? So offer an incentive, something new, something different, so people get excited about it. A small percentage are going to roll their eyes and not want to participate and go, oh boy, whatever. Yeah. But most,
hope they're my competitors.
Who cares? And then the last is T, and that's try, and it means like try harder than ever. Like, come on, guys. Like, this is a 6-month effort, right? We're trying to get leads. Like, put your muscle into it, right? Put your shoulder into it.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a bonus letter which doesn't have anything to do with do it, and it starts with a J. And I have to say this. It's called Joy, and this is going to sound funny, but I just watched this great little 3-minute video of the first chair of the Cleveland Orchestra violinist. And the Cleveland Orchestra, I mean, it's like top 3 in the world or something like that. I mean, Cleveland's got a lot going for it, but the orchestra, I mean, it's like literally on the planet. So this guy is like one of the best violinists in the entire world, right? You see this guy? He's just so positive. He said it's glass half full. And they ask him why he's so good at what he does. He says, I do everything with joy. I do everything I do with joy. Yeah. That's the secret ingredient. You know what? Christian Tetzlaff, his name is. I'm like, hey, let's listen to this guy. You know, we're going after a bunch of leads with, in the next 6 months. Should we do it with our heads down and drudgingly and, oh boy, we got this initiative that we have to do, whatever. No, do it with joy. Mm-hmm. It'll rub off. You'll be successful.
Okay, you're going to love my plus.
Okay, I love that.
You're going to love my plus. Okay. You said, let's give them an offer, sometime an incentive that is different.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to do a callback just like you did. Donate to their favorite charity. I talked about that in my idea there, right? In my previous idea. People are, if people have, and most successful people have a charity that is near and dear to their heart, and so, when you say, I'll throw in, for example, when Kelly was little, I wanted Kelly to be exposed to very successful women. Yeah. Right?
This is your daughter. Your daughter, Kelly.
My daughter, Kelly. And because I wanted her to learn from successful women. I wanted her to just be around successful women. And so I went to 5 very successful women in the Seattle area, and I offered each one of them $1,000 to have lunch with my daughter and just be with her. And Kelly was about 12 years old at the time.
Every one of these $1,000 to their charity.
$1,000 to their favorite charity. Okay, because that was how much my daughter's future was worth to me.
Okay, and did they do it?
All 5 did.
That's
including the CEO of one of the largest banks in the Pacific Northwest, including a top athlete in the area, the number one news anchor in the area, and I can't remember the other 2 women, but all these women, incredibly successful, and every one of them just said, nobody's ever approached me that way. And
well, here, it's interesting because when I was thinking incentive, I was thinking, and we've already talked about this. It could be for customer, it could be internal, but I was thinking more internal and just something new and different. And you know what? That's such a great idea because, I'm incentivized to put things in my own pocket But also it's possible that your salespeople are already pretty successful financially. They might be, and no matter what you offer them, it might not be as powerful an incentive as you actually think it might be. It might be just sort of like ho hum. But when you start like donating to charity in their name, that's sort of bragging rights for them. They could, there could be a leaderboard with competition. Salespeople are extremely competitive. That's a cool idea and a really good plus. This has been outstanding, and I think I'm gonna listen to this recording and try and write everything down, and then do this all myself, because sometimes people that are whatever business they're in, it's like the shoemaker's kids, and they don't do things.
We all get blinders on. We all get blinders on.
We do. But I think we just came up with some pretty good stuff.
Yeah. The concept of the charity thing struck me because Kay and I used to go to the annual Boys and Girls Club auction.
Yeah, that's a good one. Black
tie, also, and one time, we left a lot of money there. There's some great stories about how we, left a lot of money there. But I remember that, basically it was everybody who was anybody in Seattle was there, and you could network like crazy, but the most fun was the fact that we were helping something that we all felt was very important. And so the more, and I would see the women I'm talking about, that I got for Kelly.
Yeah.
They were all in the audience.
Nice.
I saw them all in the audience. So I kind of knew they probably would say, donate it to the Boys and Girls Club. Now, not all of them did, but the point is that tells you they have an altruistic motive outside of their regular life.
Right.
And
of course.
And I think most people do. So
I like it.
Do you want to stop now, or you want to give that third? You got another one, right?
No, that was it. The joy. That was the secret ingredient.
Oh, the joy. I love that. That was the third one. Yeah,
sprinkles.
That didn't have anything to do with do it.
Sprinkles on top of the ice cream.
Do it with joy. Do it with joy. Yeah. So anyway, you know what, gang? Some of this stuff there's a little bit of work to some of this stuff, but boy, oh boy, if you are really looking for leads, don't look for easy. There is no easy. It's just stop doing that. You people are driving me crazy when you say to me, when people say, "Hey, I want to build up my business. I want to sell my $50,000 machines, but I want all of my advertising and marketing to be free."
Yeah, I think our listeners are coming around to it. I think I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, Steve. That's what the voice says. Final word.
You know what? You're way smarter than me, so I'm gonna listen to you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna listen to you.
Yeah, we don't want to offend any of our listeners.
All right, I got nothing else for today.
All right, this has been the B2B Marketing and Sales Podcast with the Dave Loomis, myself, and not the rock star Steve Miller, also known as Kelly's dad, gunslinger, and all sorts of other things, some Maurice, of which we can't really say on
Space
air.
Cowboy.
But thank you. The key word is thank you. We are grateful for you and hope you'll come again and join us. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the one and only B2B Marketing and Sales Podcast, the source for B2B marketing and sales insight. If you enjoyed the podcast, please be sure to subscribe and leave these old guys a 5-star rating. Check the show notes for any links and contact information. You can always contact us by going to b2bmarketingsalespodcast.com. Thank you, and keep on marketing, keep on selling.